So in this video, it is 6 a.m. Sorry about my froggy voice. So let me tell you what you can expect in this video. Some laughs, lots of laughs, some surprises, lots of surprises, and a journal cover that will be the easiest journal cover you could ever make. I'm showing you my process. I'm going to show you my pages, and we're just going to pick the pages out. I'm doing this little layered effect here, and I think that if you got a bunch of pages together, you could make a journal with me. This journal took me about an hour and 30 minutes, I want to say, because I already had my pages pulled, folded, and just needed to be shuffled together. It's like shuffling cards. I was never good at shuffling cards, but I'm hopefully getting better at shuffling pages. I love the sounds of pages, and I did some of the voiceover, and then I left some of it just natural because I just felt that it was beneficial for the video. Trying my best here, so please help me to catch the YouTube algorithm by watching the video all the way to the end. Hit the notification bell, subscribe. I'm sorry, all that YouTube stuff, but it really helps, you know. If you do videos, you know what I mean. If you don't, well, that's why we always say that kind of stuff. So enough about that. This journal is actually going to be available on Bradsboots at eBay when I'm all done with it. And I am all done with it, so you'll see at the end. So stick around and have fun. Let's get some laughs and have some laughs. You're going to hear me sing. Now that's a laugh. All right, so let's have some fun together here. So as usual, I'm using a bunch of dyed papers and digitals. I glued these music sheets to that digital, and I'm just shuffling around my papers, trying to figure out where they're supposed to go. And I feel like that's a really fun process. Do you like doing that? I mean, for me, the hardest part of the journal is the sewing of the signatures. It's not my favorite. Now, this journal is, as you can see, about 5.5, almost 6 pages, 6 inches wide, and then 8.5 long. I try to do that so that way I don't waste a lot of the 8.5 by 11 pages. So if you fold them in half, the 8.5 wide, then you do pretty good with minimal waste, because I was collecting a lot of edges. I was tearing them off and collecting them thinking I would use them, because after all I did coffee dye them, and then I was making too much of a pile and I had to get rid of them. With this Edith Holden book pages, I used some washi tape to hold them together down the center, and it's quite a big book, so I had to fold it in order to make it work. This is my take on eco dyeing. I didn't really have the right eco sources. I was using some fern leaves and some old flowers, but I do have a plan up my sleeve. I am going to be making paper. I bought this paper making kit, so now I have piles of like old flowers and things hanging around that I'm trying to collect, so when I make papers I can do different things with them, like put little flower petals and stuff like that in them. So that's coming up pretty soon. That will be, I'm not sure if I'll make a video, but maybe I will. I mean, my videos are never perfect. I am not a perfectionist. I am not, you know, saying that I know everything about journals and everything about this process. I just sometimes learn as I go. Now, what I'm gesturing to here, because I'm doing a voiceover, is just that I'm trying to do like a little bit of a, I call it like a waterfall effect. I'm folding and letting pages peek out at the bottoms, or and sometimes I like the look, and then sometimes I tear this off. But that's a Kate Greenway book, so I'm gonna probably keep that. And I like things with numbers on them, so I put those aside. I won't throw those away. But collecting and putting the pages in order is a fun process, and it's a way to get your ephemera pieces. Sometimes you can make a little pile over on the side of what you're going to be using, maybe incorporating in the book when you're done. So I like that idea. My dog is over on the side licking my daughter's face. That noise in the background. he's such a little love bug. First it was, oh yeah, I got a little surprise in the video coming up. This book page is from a nursery book, and it's really cute. It's Henny Penny. And I wanted to make that like the center, so I folded that up. And it seems like it's very repetitive what I'm doing, and it is when you're doing it. You have to just keep, putting the pages in and out and decide, does this go here? Does this match this page? If you want to do a little matching, you just have to keep going back and forth with it to see that it's going to work. And that's all part of the process. I'm trying to decide, this page right here I really loved, and I had to have it in. This is the good thing about old meets new. That's what I was talking about in What is a Junk Journal anyways. For me, it's old meets new. That's new. And then I have this older page on the other side that some people don't like white and cream together. They call it stock white, and sometimes I don't too. It depends on the journal. But I'm just going and mixing, and I feel like it's all working. Sebby, cool it, dude. He hasn't seen Amy all day, and I'm editing at the end of the day. Actually, it's not the end of the day. What time is it? Is it 1:05 in the morning?
Oh, it's 9:01.
Oh, it's 9:01. Oh my goodness.
1 a.m., Mom?
I don't know. It's on the clock is on the hand is on the 1. All right. So here's my ruler. I have about 10 of them now. I get them at thrift stores, and they have an edge, and they're the best for tearing. That's what I was trying to show you. I'm going to stop with the voiceover right now and let it go with the original voice that I did, because I feel like I'm yammering on here. Oh, this is the good part. This is the funny part. The cat. She put one foot in, she put one foot out, and then she put her tail in, and she shaked it all about. Watch this. This is the crazy cat. This is the cat that is my husband's cat, who has bitten him has snarled at me, so I just like don't leave her. I mean, I don't touch her. And she's just like getting up in my business, wagging her tail across my pages. Yeah, she did that for quite a bit, as you can see. And I don't know, she just all of a sudden just wanted to sit up on my desk. I don't allow her to sit on the table, but the desk, there's no food on my desk. So that's exception to the rule. But she eventually jumps up and takes off. She doesn't stay very long. Okay, so now back to the pages. Close it down, I think, since the tail wagger won't go away. And I will, oh, she makes that weird noise. Scares me. She's bit my husband a couple times. Okay. Trying to think what I'm going to do with these. I think this is done. This side needs a couple more. But I got this waterfall thing going, so I gotta try to maintain that. Oh. Don't you just love the sound of paper shuffling back and forth? I don't know if you like my sound of paper shuffling back and forth, but I like the sound of it. So I am finishing up these signatures, and I am going to show you a fantastic cover that is the simplest, easiest thing that anyone could do. And I can't believe that I went that direction, because I had some fabric all picked out and was going to make a cover with the fabric. Let me show you. Let me just first finish up these pages here. I am trying to keep with that little waterfall thing, but I get the pages all done. So I am going way outside the box. I cut this. This is a file folder, you know, a hanging file folder that you would use in your filing cabinet. And I cut it 1/4 of an inch larger all the way around. And first I was going to use this for my fabric to cover it. And then I am going so different today. This is the easiest journal, the easiest junk journal. And I think it will be really cool. I'm not going to cover it. I'm just going to use this like this, because look how good this looks with these papers. I mean, you know, it just has this nice look to it. 2 signatures, right? 1, 2. Look at the color with the paper. Yeah, I'm thinking it's working. I'm just gonna get a plate and put a plate on here, and then I'm gonna sew this in and have some nice waxed thread. And I think this is gonna be the easiest junk journal cover, and I think it's gonna work, and it's gonna be nice, and it's gonna be for sale at Bradsboots. So for those who are still with me, thank you. Let's get this journal sewn in. I'm going to take my waxed thread, because that's what I have. When I run out, I think I'm going to try to look for some embroidery thread. I do have some, but it comes by the spool, or even the crochet yarn, the thin crochet yarn. I might look for that because it might be cheaper than the wax thread. But for now, I'll be using this, and I usually do like 2.5 times the width or whatever this is. And then try to remember to clip so my papers don't fall apart. But sometimes this is cumbersome for me, and I just try to keep it simple by making a little mark here and there. And then I'm really liking the color of this. And when I put the book plate on, I took the wire cutter pliers and I took off the ends so that they wouldn't poke through to get into the pages, and also so that they wouldn't scratch you when you go to use the journal, like opening it and stuff. So that also gave me the opportunity to make a cute little backing. And I love using muslin, which is so simple. This muslin here, it's so simple, but to me, it just hits the spot, you know? It just hits the spot for decorating and layering. And then I pulled out a piece of lace that I had, and there it became a book plate cover backing. All right, so let's go in the middle, do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, go in the middle, and then I'll come up the top. I found this nice long needle in my stash of things. It's funny because I just have a lot of stuff that I pick up and then I forget that I have it, because out of sight, out of mind, you know? And it came into my view today, and oops, there we go. All into the face of the camera. Whenever you're doing a fold out like that, make sure you open it up, because if you keep it folded, then you likely are going to sew right through it. Been there, done that. I have my camera on my table, and I hope it's not wiggling too much. All right, back over. Try not to obscure too much the camera. And then try not to split this thread, because that's always a pain. Now let's see if I'm going to come up in the right area here. This is the tricky part. There we go. See, it was going along so smoothly and so easy. And something had to be askew, or skewer. A skewer. Is that the right word? I've got some extra because I went a little, I guess you don't have to go 2.5. Sometimes it's like just 2 is good. And you know, see, this is what I mean. I split the thread there. Let me see if I can unsplit it this way. Yeah, I just have to take it out of the needle. There. Go underneath here. And then I think this is a square knot. When you go right over, tie, and then left over. I think they do that in fishing. I always try to do it, and then I have to talk to myself when I'm doing it. So that's enough of watching me wrestle with the signatures. I'll put the other one in by myself. And my manicure's wearing off. There. Now you're all updated. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so there. Now I have a book plate, and instead of writing journal on it, I'm gonna let whoever buys this write journal on it. And this is going to be for somebody who doesn't like ruffles and all the extra stuff that I like. They are gonna decorate it the way they want to. Now let me see. I'm gonna put a few things in it just to you know, make it be something that comes from Bradsboots. Now let's just see. If we just do, let's see, this is my list from when I did my journal. When I did a video, what is a junk journal? I had that list. So I'm going to use that too. And try to use my glue stick to glue some things down. Oh, actually I like that better. Okay. So this way I don't get glue all over the page underneath. Make sense? Almost, but then I'll probably get glue that way. Okay, let's just keep going with this and enjoying it and having fun. And thank you if you're still here with me, because we're having fun, right? I'm having fun. On Saturday, or was it Sunday? I'm gonna make a little collage here. It'll be a little one too. I watched a playlist of my friends while I was cleaning. I just kind of had it going. So I wasn't really watching the whole thing. I was doing stuff, and I would encourage you to do that and go to my channel, and right underneath it says playlist, and it's got a whole bunch of numbers. Just click on that. And that's the playlist of all of my of all my channel. And I think that's how it works, because that's what I tried to do. I don't know if I wished I could do, I haven't figured out when you go to, let's see, when you go to my channel and you look at all the different videos that I have. Well, I saw it on Ruby and Pearl. I saw where she has one of her videos, instead of it being a name, it says playlist. And then I clicked on that and I watched a bunch of her videos, which came from the design team people that she has. And so I wanted to do the same kind of thing, but I don't know how to do that. I looked it up, and I still haven't gotten. I just know how to put the that link, which I think it's right, that big long big long link that has a bunch of words and letters. All right, I'm trying to figure out. I have to look at my stuff here. I pulled these out because I want to do a little bit of collaging, and I'm kind of keeping it neutral. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to make it, oh, you know what I feel like doing? That leftover wax thread. I am going to do something with it. With this ginormous needle. That's what I'm doing. All right. Let's see. What should we do? I'm feeling like X's. I'm going to take this. Oh, did I already go through? I'm going to treat it like you're sewing something with fabric and put a knot in it. This is very neutral. And I may end up cutting this because, yeah, I don't want that to be there. Ripping is better than cutting. Sometimes. Let's go back in here. I mean, maybe a button. Oh, let me just do a big X. I don't want to run out of thread before I make something that looks like I actually planned it. I have to be careful because this thing is sharper than your average needle. Okay, there's an X. Oh, got another idea about this. I love it when you're doing something and then ideas just pop off into your head like, here comes another one. And it doesn't happen if you just sit and do nothing. It only happens when I get at my desk and I start working with things. That's when the ideas come in. So what do you think about this? You know, sometimes when you do something, at least this happens to me, when I do something or I have an idea and then I go to do it and then somebody else has already done it. It's like they're going to think I stole their idea, but I already had thought about that and I didn't. It just came to me, and now it's too late because they're going to think I stole it from them. Now see this? I have some of this left over. Maybe I'll put that in there too. This is my little box. Tulips are a tray of jewels. Oh, that's true. I love tulips. I have some little boxes with things in them, like papers that, see, now I would put that as a background with that. Paper bag, simple paper bag. Some things, you know, some things are, you know, I don't think I like this now. Some things are just so obvious when you, thinking, and then there's other things that just are not. I lost my train of thought. It happens to me. Lose the train of thought. It's okay. Working on the next. What I really need is my plastic cereal liner, because that helps me to keep the desk clean. See that? You know, let's just use some Distress Oxide since I have it right here. This has got green on it. I wonder how that's going to look. There. See the difference that made? Just a tiny bit. I'm getting glue all over my fingers as usual. Isn't that, I think that's sweet. Do something with this. Some people call it jute, and then I don't know what the other word for it is. This seems pretty simple, but that was the whole idea of this journal, to make it simple. Now, watch this. Just gonna do a running stitch. Actually, see this? I can do this too. Since this needle is nice and long, oops, did rip that, but now, I was thinking I could even put a button, if I have a button that's, the hole is big enough to go through. Should be able to find one. I have lots of buttons. This is nothing. I love buttons. Love buttons. Of course, I want a brown button. Let's see if this would, certainly the needle I don't think will go through. Let's try it. You never know. Oh, look at that. Well, the eye doesn't want to go through it, does it? Well, it's okay. We'll take this out. And then this is frayed, so let's cut it. And then this will work nicely. What else? I could put beads. Okay, one more time and then I'll do it off camera. If it doesn't work. It worked. Okay, so I'll make it about that long. Then I'll just tie it off in the back. There. Maybe cut that right there. And now that's a nice little feature. Right? I'm gonna just see if I can find a place for this. This will be a little secret storage spot. See that? I'll glue it down somewhere. We'll find out where. Let's find out. Oh, the secret garden. like it would be cool to have it right here, because it would be like they're looking down into this little secret. Let's do that. Let's do it. Okay. And I'm feeling like maybe some lace behind it would be a nice thing. Surely. Okay, what colors do we have in there? Kind of peachy. Look at this. I said lace, but no, that looks weird. All right. We're just going to do this. And hopefully it doesn't glue to the next page because I've over glued. It goes, let's use that again. Now, how about this? An envelope within an envelope. What is this going to say? Number 31. Should I do this now? All right, maybe now I can use a piece of this. Because those match, right? What if I do that? I glue this fabric across here like this. And I feel like it needs something in the middle. No, that cat looks a little scary to me. I don't know if I like that. You know, I got some green here. This is funny because there's green in there. And there. And then something on top of it. All right. Or should there be lace? Really trying to use the lace, aren't I? Yeah. Let's cut this. And let's see what we have here. We do this and this. I feel like it's still missing something. Oh, maybe it needs a word. Maybe it needs a word, and I have one somewhere. Surely I do. Oh, yes. I saw the word this morning. I saw the pad that has all the words on it. Let me go find just the right perfect word for this. This might not stick. Might have to go to this. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get some of this out. This is just about at the bottom here, because half of it leaks out all the time. So it's no wonder it's at the bottom. So this leaks out and bubbles up, and I don't know how to fix that problem. I keep mentioning it, but so far I haven't had any suggestions on how to handle that. See? Like that's coming out. Needs to stay in there. I have this. And then this morning, I found these. Let me see if I can get a word from here. They're in the garden. She remembered it was something precious. No. Oh, look. In the garden. That's just too perfect. Oh, there goes some more of that glue. It sticks to my fingers just fine. Wish it would stick. I wish it would stop wasting all the glue. I really do wish that would happen, but... All right, so now that's good. And I feel like they match. And this is a place to hide another envelope in here. Now, I'm not going to put that in there right now because it might not be fully dried, and then it'll glue itself to itself, and I don't want that. So there's a good secret spot in the secret garden for secrets. You can hide them in there. Henny Penny. All right, I think Henny Penny probably does pretty good for herself. See, coming out again. Henny Penny does pretty good for herself. Oh, this is good illustrations. Grandma and Grandpa, maybe they're watching the children play. That's sweet, right? Isn't that sweet? And a little place here where we need to have something here. I'm gonna look in my pile and see what would be those colors. Oh, see, this was from a master board that I made. And I didn't even know what a master board was. Everybody just started doing them. And then I made one, and I was like, what are these for? No one ever answers me when I ask. And I figured out you can make tags with them. You probably can do a lot more than that. You see this? This is a knitting needle holder, and whoever was knitting was counting the rows. And I do that all the time. I'm knitting and I have to count the rows. And see this, see, just kind of collect all the colors that are throughout this little thing, and you make a cluster. And the cluster pulls the colors and adds to the quaintness of this little thing that's going on there. Now, see, that's a different color than that. It's coming in the same. How about this? Is this? No, that's more peachy. And I have this, which has to do with, ooh, look at that pretty rose. And it's not perfectly peachy, but I really like that. Oh, I just got it. And I don't want to tear it, because see this can be another place to journal. Oh, I'm so excited. This goes with this perfectly, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. I love it when, oh, I guess that's what organically, when someone says, oh, it's so organic, I'm always like, what is she talking about? Well, this is probably it. It's when something just happens and you didn't really plan for it, but it really just happened. Like, look, there's another thing. See this nice peachy, yeah, I did have them in here, but I didn't stop and plan it. It's just happening. It's flowing. How about this? Let's put that there. That's pretty. I mean, it's not pretty, but you know what I mean. Looks good, right? Okay, now I'm looking on my desk because I'm looking for this clip, and I don't think, I love these baby clips, but I don't think that's going to work. I think I'm going to have to go with another paper clip as I just splash everything across the desk. Okay, what do we have in here? Oh, that'll work, right? That or the, no, I don't want the white one. Oh, I like the gold too. I think I like the gold better because I have the color on that side. So this is how I fill up my journal with different pieces of ephemera without overpowering. Hopefully you don't feel like it's overpowering if this is something you're interested in. And, oh, there it is. And you could do a little something on that clip if you wanted to. You could put a little pretty ribbon or something. I had this ribbon out for another journal. Certainly not that page. Oh, that's so pretty. Digitals. Book pages. Book pages and digitals. They are a journaler's best friend. See, this is, there was someone crying. There was. I don't know if I like that. But I do like this. Let me just do that. Get this. Because I like the chapter with the tree all around it. And I think that was supposed to go right here. Should I? Oh, this has got enough coloring going on. Maybe I'll see if it needs to go somewhere else. This has that old book smell. Either you like it or you don't, I guess. Oh, I think I like that. It's going to cover that up, though. Maybe over here. All right. I am enjoying making these long videos. And I'm hoping that people are watching them so that it increases my hours so that I get on the YouTube algorithm. Yes, that's where I need to be. This is pretty, right? This is another one of those. Does she look like she has tulips? Tulips are a tray of jewels. No, she doesn't look like she has tulips in her hand, so. Oh, the flowers. Do I want this in here? Yeah, because, see? That's nice and soft against that. Oh, what's the dog? What's he barking about? He's about to go off. I already had the person come, so I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, so the little pooch just went off on the UPS guy. And it's so funny. It's now 10:50 p.m. I'm still editing. And he's asleep here on the floor next to me. And he hears himself bark. And then he starts barking again because he thinks it's another dog. So I had to do a voiceover for this. So now let me see if I can make sense of this. We're almost to the end. So those scissors didn't work. I am using a little snip of this fantastic tape measure that's so old. I don't even know how old it is. Every time I take a snip off of it, I like, oh, I want to keep it. But sharing is caring, so Gotta do it. Oh no, he's not doing it again. So there's a nice little organic ruffled edge there when I tore it. And I'm just flipping through the back end of this just to see if there's something that I can add to the back. Book page, nah. This Tim Holtz thingy. He's got like packages of ephemera pieces. Now, this is what I like right here. This is from that laundry book that I have, really old. Couple those together and then use my little mini clip. See if I can get my mini clip to work. I'm really pushing it because this is very thick. See if it will work. It's working. I'm working it. And then I think this is where I came up with another idea. Yes, I did. That jute, also known as twine. I wanted to make this cute little bow and put it on the other side, and I had to finagle that. So I just take the paper clip off and try to feed it through, and then wrestle with it until I can get it to turn into a bow. And I actually like how it comes out when I'm done wrestling with the twine to make it work. I think it's kind of sweet. Sweet. Come on. You can do it, Joanne. Yep, just like this video editing thing. Almost to the end. I don't know what's going on with iMovie, but it's taken forever to upload and then download to YouTube. I think that's how the correct terms. But it's taken forever. So there you have it. A nice little jute bow, also known as twine. And is there something else we can put back here? I'm kind of thinking it's looking pretty complete the way it is. I think it's time for a flip through. So I'm going to clip that there and then get ready to do a flip through so that I can show you. Oh, wait a minute, that book. I found that book in my stash, and it's really old. I got it at this it's like a antique store called a Velvet Mill is where I found it. And it's I just think it's perfect right there, and it's a good piece of ephemera that's really old and perfect. And I have a gold paperclip, gold colored paperclip that holds it down, and it looks perfect there. So now I am ready to do the flip through. Let's cut to the flip through. So now this journal, which took a long time, depending on who's tallying, it really didn't. It was really pretty easy. And it's complete. Now, if you don't want to do journal covers, if you don't like journal covers, look, this is an alternative to that. Let's do a quick flip through and see how this whole works. I'll do it quick. You know, the obvious. You've got lots of places to journal and put your memories. I call them heirlooms. Journals. I call journals heirlooms because when you write in here and you read something from somebody that's already passed then it's sometimes the joy that I get when I read something in my daughter's and my son's handwriting. It's just, I was going through cleaning the basement yesterday and reading some of the things that they wrote from school to cards that they've given me, and I'm telling you, it's just something else. It's an heirloom, truly an heirloom. And you can create an heirloom for your family when you buy one. When you buy this, you put your own stuff in here. You know, you might not like everything that I have. You might want to cover it all up. Oh, you might use this as a base and make it into an art journal, which again can be an heirloom. Depends on how your family is. I know for me, I love art. And if you're from an art family, they're going to appreciate this. Old meets new, right? Old meets new. And look how good they go together. And there, that could use maybe something. Oh, you know. Oh, look at this. And you know, something simple. Watch this. See how that color there? Watch this. Mini clip. Now look how it just kind of marries them together, the colors. Sweet, right? There. And you know what, I had a vision for the cover, the closing, which I'm going to have to find it. I do have some more of this, but I was going to use this to cover, to close it. Also, I want to use this. Also, want to just keep it really simple. Ooh, how about this? This with this in the middle. Sheesh, all kinds of ideas popping out today. You know? And then just cut this, and now you have your journal. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.